Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Valerie Teitel, keeping an eye on Warner Brothers Discovery and Netflix this morning because, along with Wall Street, it appears President Trump is keeping an eye on those stocks as well. Good morning, Valerie.
Hey, good morning, Nathan. Yes, President Trump over the weekend saying that the amount of market share the combined Netflix, Warner Brothers Discovery entity could have could be a problem when it comes to regulatory approval. So we're seeing the shares of Netflix and Warner Brothers reverse just a little bit of the move that they had on Friday. Netflix is higher by 1.3%. Warner Brothers is down just less than 1%. Now, this can all really come down to, Nathan, how the regulators define the streaming market. A combined entity of Warner Brothers Discovery, which includes HBO Max and Netflix, would have around 450 streaming users, which is nearly half of the traditional streaming market. But if you include the likes of YouTube, other short-form video content such as TikTok, you get a really different picture of the market in which Netflix could argue that it doesn't give it a dominant stance. But all that being said, that this is going to face a lengthy Justice Department review. Even the European Union might get involved. So again, this deal is a bit on shaky footing this morning. If you look at how the odds on Polymarket have changed, they were around 60% on Friday, and they've now dropped all the way down to 23% of a chance of this Netflix Warner Brothers deal closing by the end of 2026.
Yeah, big move there. And I imagine we're going to see some pretty big moves in the Magnificent Seven stocks now that we've got this pretty interesting call from Ed Yardeni of Yardeni Research.
Well, the big underperformer this morning is Tesla. It's down 1.6%. And as you mentioned, it does come after Wall Street veteran Yardeni saying that he's going underweight Mag 7 stocks versus the rest of the S&P 500. So we're seeing some of the Mag 7 stocks trade a bit softly to start this Monday. When it comes to Tesla, they were also downgraded by Morgan Stanley to equal weight from overweight. The analysts there saying that a lot of the positive non-auto catalysts have already been priced into the stock and they don't see a lot of upside here. So Tesla leading the losses for the Mag 7 this morning, down 1.5%.
One of the biggest upside movers this morning is Confluent on some potential Merger Monday news.
Merger Monday news, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, that IBM is in talks to acquire Confluent in a deal that could be valued around $11 billion. So we're seeing shares of Confluent up 28%. Shares of IBM are just flat to the downside this morning, but it could be essentially the biggest acquisition that IBM has done in modern history if this does get announced. It's all about its repositioning its business around AI. Confluent's platform is used to manage data streams, which has become an increasingly important issue for companies looking to integrate their data into AI models. Wall Street Journal has been reporting that this deal could be announced as soon as today.
And speaking of repositioning, Valerie, we've got a new stock to watch in the S&P 500 this morning.
S&P quarterly rebalancing of the index will include Carvana come the December 22nd rebal. So we're seeing shares of Carvana up 9% on the back of this news. So it seems a bit unexpected, at least by the market, and does follow a strong performance by the used auto dealing company. So Carvana on the upside of 9%. It's already gained around 100% this year, so adding to a strong performance in 2025.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.